Hello, teachers, parents, and educational leaders, and welcome to this episode of Breaking Down the B.E.S.T. Now, during this episode, you will get a peek into the members-only area where I have tons of resources to help you make math fun, make it click, and make it stick. There should be a link somewhere around this video where you can learn more. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to it, and let's break down the standard. Welcome to Breaking Down the B.E.S.T, a video series dedicated to breaking down Florida's B.E.S.T standards for math. So grab something to write with and maybe even a snack. This looks good. And don't forget to put a smile on your face. There you go, I see you. And let's dive into today's B.E.S.T standard. Hey everybody, my name is Sarah McCarthy and thanks so much for joining me as we break down the following standard. MA.5.M.2.1, and this standard says to solve multi-step real-world problems involving money using decimal notation. So we need to make sure we include decimals, right? Here's an example. It says that Dawn is at the store and wants to buy a soda. Which option would be cheaper? Buying one 24-ounce can of soda for $1.39 or buying two 12-ounce cans of soda for 69 cents each. So you can see it's definitely a multi-step problem involving money using decimal notation. I like that here we've got 39 cents represented that way and here 69 cents represented this way. So for this kind of problem, students would need to be able to change it to look like that. Right? Okay, by the way, this document that I'm marking up all over is not something that I created. This is something that the Florida Department of Education releases to the public, and teachers like us can research and analyze these standards to understand fully what's expected of our students. And in these episodes, I'm just showing you how I break down the standards in order to create the resources for you that are strategically aligned to the B.E.S.T standards, okay? So let's keep going. Here's our related benchmark section so we can see how this standard applies with other standards in 5th grade. These NSO.1 standards are place value operations that involve decimals, definitely needed for this standard. NSO.2.3, 4, and 5 are operations with decimals, so adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. We've got AR.2.1 and 2.4, which is numerical expressions and equations. And this standard is our multi-step real-world problems with measurement conversion. So the one right before this one. So much is going on with this standard. Where are they coming from in 4th grade? Well, we also had real-world money problems in 4th grade. This is assuming when you're watching this. If you're watching this in the year of 2022, we've just embraced these standards. So students might not be coming into 5th grade with the alignment that they need. So what's great about this is that if you have the Taking on the B.E.S.T membership and you have access to all 3 grade levels, you can then dip down to this 4th grade standard that they have and use some of that to scaffold the instruction for what you need it to be. All right, then in 6th grade, they will experience multi-step real-world problems with positive numbers with decimals and fractions. So definitely beefing it up in 6th grade. Here's the purpose and instructional strategies section. And let me just point out what jumped out at me. It says that the purpose of this standard is to apply understanding of multi-step real-world problems, measurement conversions, and decimal operations to solve problems involving money. I love when we can showcase what decimals are by incorporating the knowledge of money, by throwing them into circumstances involving money, because it just shows it in the real world setting. And this says money contexts continue to be important through the later grades. So let's make sure we do it now, right? It's really important that students comprehend what is happening, that is for sure. So therefore we need multiple reads, which we do in Taking on the B.E.S.T. I model how I read it the first time to get the gist. And then we read it a second time, breaking down each sentence, drawing it out until we understand what's going on and really thinking about the context of the problem. And it says students should be encouraged to estimate a solution and model. Here for common misconceptions or errors, it says that students can misinterpret multi-step problems and only complete one of the steps. That's true. They might get lost in the problem. That's why that multiple read strategy is super important, because reading it more than one time, and even after you think that you've solved the problem, going back to read it to catch yourself to make sure you complete all the steps. And of course, estimation is huge. These are some different tasks that they have, instructional task, and here's a sample item of what it might look like. So it's really putting it into a real world sense. So definitely take a look at this. That way you can get a taste for what these standards look like in action. But I do want to show you what you have access to with your taking on the B.E.S.T membership. So let's go to the home page, click members, enter here, click on taking on the B.E.S.T, go down to 5th grade, and we are on the measurement strand. And on this one, real world problems with money, M.2.1. The first page to come up is your bronze page. These are where your bronze resources are. Now, because this is with money, we've had a lot of practice with adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, using decimals. So that's not the whole point of this. This is just to get them acclimated with the money aspect of it and throwing them into real world problems. So there's a video lesson with a printable guide here. Okay. You can take a look at it so you can see we've got values of coins, we've got the decimals going on there. It says here that there's a key lime pie for $9.58 and 1 gallon of lemonade for $2.76. If she hands the cashier a $10 bill and 6 half dollars, how much money will she receive back? So you can see there's a lot going on with these kind of problems. So we'll break those down in that video lesson. And then if you have the silver plan, you have access to more practice. So let's click on printables. Here's that video lesson we just went over. We know because of that icon. And then you'll see there's an extra practice page right here, kind of similar to what we just did in the video lesson, but just a little bit different. Okay. Another practice page. Here we go, 4 pairs of socks for $2.75 each. So we're multiplying. 3 chocolate bars for 80 cents each. How much does he spend? Here is a math mission. This requires more thinking from the students. Got that Chelsea wants to record videos. Here's a list of what the equipment will cost for her to do it. If she plans to study and practice filming for 1 year, how much should she plan to save for the equipment, software, and film course? So she has to go up there, figure out what each costs, and then write down the amount there. But she only has this much saved up, so how much more does she need to buy all of the equipment and 1 month of the software? So really just taking what we've learned, throwing it into a math mission. This one right here is the Math Misconception Mystery. It's a video lesson. All you do is you click play right here on the silver page, and then I'll guide you through the whole thing. So students will solve this problem on their own or with a group, and then they will watch as 4 other characters solve this problem on the videos. Now those characters are just me dressed up in silly costumes with silly accents, having some fun. But 3 of the characters will make a mistake and only 1 of them has the correct answer. So they really have to pay attention to what the characters did that was correct and incorrect, and then fill out their detective report right here. Okay. You also have your answer keys. And then if you are a gold member, you can click here for your gold plan resources. Of course, you have these breaking down the B.E.S.T videos right there with all the other standards. So that's really nice. These videos are also available on YouTube. They just have ads on YouTube, and right here it's with everything. It's just a nice little perk of being a gold member. But you also have access to a mini assessment. You can see a variety of question types. There are about 4 to 5 questions depending on the standard. Got some charts, we've got money, all kinds of stuff happening. Here with this one, you also have the answer key right there. And one of the biggest reasons why you may have selected the gold plan is because of McCarthy Math 155, which is the daily math intervention that's aligned to the Common Core standards. Now, this was something that schools and teachers, they were like, if we have taking on the B.E.S.T, can we also have McCarthy Math 155? So I'm making it available with that. The 155 stands for 155 grade level video lessons. So you go to 5th grade, you'll see the units that we used to have for Common Core: multiplication, division, numerical expression, and look, operations with decimals. So while money was not really pinpointed in the Common Core standards, if you have students who are struggling with adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing decimals, this is the place to go, okay? Here's the other units there. You can see that you have 17 video lessons with adding and subtracting with decimals. Super. All right, I think that's it. So I hope that you understand this standard a little bit better now. It's multi-step with money, so really anything goes. Have some fun with it, and know that with your membership, you have a lot of resources that are strategically aligned to this standard. So I hope that this video was helpful in breaking down the standard and breaking down what you have access to. And I know that you're busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, but thank you for all that you do, and I'll see you in an episode real soon, okay? Bye. Okay, so I know that I just said goodbye for now, but I'm gonna ask you to do one more thing, okay? If you enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing it with your teacher friends or other leaders in education. That's how I get to continue doing what I love to do, which of course is supporting you all to the best of my ability. All right, for real now. Bye.